In the rap world, few names are as divisive as Daniel Hernandez, better known as Tekashi 69. Recognized for his rainbow-colored hair, face tattoos, and bold personality, he shot to fame just as quickly as he became mired in scandal. From hit songs to public feuds and gang ties, his life has been a mix of fame and infamy. Now, with legal battles behind him and a fresh arrest, many wonder if this marks the end of his career or just another twist in his controversial journey. Tekashi 6ix9ine's latest legal troubles have once again thrust him into the spotlight. Arrested on Tuesday for allegedly violating the terms of his supervised release, his case has reignited public interest, given his history of legal woes. For those unfamiliar with his past, Tekashi 6ix9ine's legal encounters are anything but ordinary, resembling the plot of a high-stakes crime thriller. His criminal peak came in 2019 when he faced serious charges that led to imprisonment. Known for his bold persona, controversial music, and gang affiliations, his involvement in federal cases tied to violent crimes and racketeering marked a dramatic turning point in his life. A Brooklyn native, Tekashi 69 rose to fame with his aggressive style. However, his connection to the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods, a gang involved in drug trafficking and violent crimes, became his downfall. In late 2018, he was arrested on charges including racketeering, firearm possession, and conspiracy to commit murder. Stemming from crimes tied to the gang, federal prosecutors accused Tekashi 69 of not only knowing about crimes committed by the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods, but also actively participating in them. The charges linked him to shootings, assaults, and drug trafficking, all stemming from his affiliation with the gang. Among the most serious accusations was racketeering, a charge often tied to organized crime. Under the RICO Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, prosecutors could target the entire gang as a criminal enterprise, arguing that Tekashi 69 and other members worked together to evidence included phone records, witness testimonies, and social media posts flaunting his gang ties. In a surprising turn, Tekashi 69 chose to cooperate with federal prosecutors, a decision that shocked both the legal and hip-hop communities. In exchange for a reduced sentence, he testified against former gang members, revealing details about the gang's operations and his role in their crimes. This move earned him a lighter sentence, but also branded him a snitch within the gang and much of the hip-hop world. He pleaded guilty to charges of racketeering, weapons possession, and drug trafficking, initially facing a potential life sentence. Tekashi 69 instead received 2 years in prison, 5 years of supervised release, and 300 hours of community service. His cooperation with federal authorities drastically reduced his punishment. In April 2020, amid concerns over COVID-19 and his asthma making him vulnerable, Tekashi 69 was granted early release from prison. This allowed him to return to his life and career sooner than expected. Though under strict supervision, Tekashi 69's legal troubles began even before his rise to fame. His first known arrest occurred when he was still a minor, though the exact date remains unclear. In 2017. In an interview on the podcast No Jumper, Tekashi 69 openly admitted to having legal troubles before his rise to fame, stating, "I have a couple priors. I went to jail." Among these incidents was an arrest for selling heroin at a store, which escalated into a physical altercation with the store owner. Charges for selling an illegal substance and second-degree assault resulted from this incident. In March 2015, Tekashi 69 faced even more serious charges when he was arrested for involvement in a child sex act. By October of that year, he pleaded guilty to the use of a child in an improper performance. The case revolved around a video showing a minor performing a sexual act on one of his associates. As part of a plea deal, he was sentenced to probation with the condition that he obtain his GED. However, after failing the test in January 2018, a judge imposed a stricter sentence of 4 years probation and 1,000 hours of community service. His legal troubles continued in May 2015, when he was arrested in New York for driving with a suspended license. During this incident, he allegedly injured an officer, resulting in additional charges of obstructing governmental administration and assault. In July 2015, he faced yet another arrest for an outstanding warrant tied to an incident in Houston, where he was accused of choking a 16-year-old at a mall. This resulted in a misdemeanor assault charge. As Tekashi 6ix9ine's music career flourished, so did public scrutiny of his personal life. On September 10, 2019, during his 9 Trey gang trial, he admitted to years of domestic violence as part of a cooperation agreement with federal prosecutors. Reports of this abuse first surfaced in 2019 with his ex-girlfriend and the mother of his child, Sarah Molina, detailing a pattern of abuse that lasted 7 years. In addition to personal and criminal issues, Tekashi 6ix9ine became entangled in business disputes. In July 2021, a Brooklyn-based Japanese tattoo artist filed a defamation lawsuit against him, alleging that Tekashi made false claims and exploited his name and likeness by adopting the stage name Tekashi 6ix9ine. The lawsuit referenced statements made in a documentary interview. Hernandez further escalated his legal troubles when he accused the tattoo artist of heroin use, intensifying the defamation claims. In response, the artist pursued legal action, and by August 2023, sought a default judgment after Tekashi 6ix9ine's attorney withdrew from the case, highlighting the rapper's ongoing struggles. On October 15, 2023, Tekashi 6ix9ine was arrested in Sanchez, Dominican Republic, on suspicion of assaulting 2 music producers. This incident added to his growing list of confrontations. Just months later, on January 17, 2024, he was detained again by Dominican authorities, this time for domestic violence charges. Following his arrest, he was held in Santo Domingo until a hearing on January 18. By January 25, he was released under conditions requiring him to undergo government counseling, report to authorities every 2 months, and pay a $510 deposit. Despite these measures, Tekashi 6ix9ine's legal troubles persisted. Recently, he was taken back into federal custody, raising concerns about his adherence to the terms of his supervised release. On Tuesday, he appeared before Judge Paul Engelmayer, who had previously sentenced him. The judge ordered that Tekashi spend at least 2 weeks in jail for alleged violations of his release terms. One major violation was an unauthorized trip to Las Vegas in September, conducted without prior approval, a clear breach of the conditions, requiring approval for travel beyond his vicinity. Additionally, Tekashi missed multiple drug tests, a mandatory requirement, and tested positive for methamphetamine during one test. Drug use, especially methamphetamine, represents a significant violation, both of court mandates and his health obligations. To further complicate matters, Tekashi 6ix9ine was late to his latest court appearance, missing the morning session entirely. This delay likely did little to assure the judge of his willingness to comply with legal obligations, adding another layer to his tumultuous legal saga. Timeliness and adherence to court appearances are critical in the justice system, serving as measures of an individual's commitment to their legal obligations. Missing a session without valid justification is seen as irresponsible, further damaging Tekashi 6ix9ine's fragile standing with the court. When he finally appeared after missing the morning session, he explained that he had flown in from Florida the night before but overslept. Regarding the trip to Las Vegas at the center of his legal troubles, Tekashi claimed it was a misunderstanding. He stated that he believed he had received permission to travel for a performance. While travel permissions for supervised release are strict, he insisted he had no intent to evade court conditions and thought he was complying with the rules. If true, his actions could be seen as careless rather than intentionally defiant. The issue of missed drug tests was another point of contention. Drug testing is a mandatory aspect of supervised release, ensuring abstinence from illegal substances. Tekashi attributed the missed tests to confusion, claiming he misunderstood their necessity. This excuse, however, appears unlikely given the strict nature of his release terms, and the repeated lapses strain his credibility with the court. Perhaps most troubling was his positive test for methamphetamine, a serious breach of release conditions. Tekashi argued that the result could be due to prescription medication, which can occasionally cause false positives in drug screenings. While plausible, this claim lacks evidence, leaving both the court and public skeptical. His attorney, Lance Lazzaro, maintained confidence, asserting that these were technical violations rather than deliberate. Lazzaro argued that Tekashi's missteps stemmed from struggling to navigate the nuanced requirements of his release rather than malicious intent. He expressed hope that the court would view these infractions as minor and not warrant further incarceration. However, convincing the court will require substantial proof and careful documentation. To substantiate these claims, Tekashi 6ix9ine's legal troubles have left him detained at the Metropolitan Detention Center (MDC) in Brooklyn, awaiting his next court appearance on November 12 to determine if these violations will lead to further consequences or if he will regain his freedom. This period marks a stark contrast to his usual lifestyle, as he faces the reality of being confined and separated from the music and freedom he cherishes. For Tekashi, who has repeatedly expressed his desire to avoid prison, this temporary detainment serves as a reminder of how quickly his freedom can be jeopardized if he fails to meet court standards. Born Daniel Hernandez on May 8, 1996, in Bushwick, Brooklyn, New York, Tekashi grew up in a tough environment marked by poverty and instability. His mother, Natividad Perez Hernandez, immigrated from Puebla, Mexico, in search of a better life, while his father, Daniel Hernandez Seaster, was from Puerto Rico and struggled with heroin addiction, serving 5 years in prison for drug-related offenses. Tekashi's childhood was marked by financial strain, and after his stepfather was tragically shot in 2010, the family faced additional hardship. Despite the struggles, Hernandez had a passion for sports and caught the attention of a major league scout at age 13. However, his mother turned down the opportunity out of concern for his safety. Raised in a religious environment with his older brother Oscar Osiris, Hernandez sang during church masses and read from the Bible. He attended Public School 59, Juan Morel Campos Secondary School, and Legacy High School, where he dropped out in 10th grade. Hernandez did not meet his father until he was 9, and their relationship was the death of his stepfather compounded his family's emotional and financial struggles. With Hernandez experiencing severe emotional distress, his mental health deteriorated, leading to significant weight loss, therapy, and hospitalization for depression and PTSD. Expelled from school in the 8th grade due to behavioral issues, he began working various jobs, including as a busboy and grocery store delivery boy, to help support his family. Tekashi 6ix9ine's music career began in 2012 after meeting Peter Righteous P. Rogers, the CEO of the New York record label Hikari Ultra. Rogers, impressed by Hernandez's look and presence, encouraged him to. In 2014, Hernandez started releasing tracks like 6ix9ine in August, followed by Pimpin' in September, and Who Thee Is You and 4769 in October. The latter featured Brooklyn collective pro-era rappers Jab and Dirty Sanchez. Over the next few years, Tekashi dropped more songs and videos such as Scum Life and Shinigami, the latter inspired by the Japanese anime character from Death Note. His aggressive style and anime-themed visuals gained attention. Tekashi, adopting the stage name Tekashi 69, began to gain internet fame with his rainbow-dyed hair, extensive tattoos, and colorful grills. He became an internet meme and started associating with New York rapper Zillakami, though their relationship soured over a dispute involving signing with Epic Records. Tekashi then reconnected with Andrew Green Thrift Drew, working on new music and visuals. In April 2017, Tekashi 6ix9ine collaborated with Trippie Redd on the track Polls 1 for 6ix9ine, which helped accelerate his fame. His commercial breakthrough came with the release of Gummo in November 2017, which peaked at number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was certified platinum. Following that, he released Kuda, which debuted at number 61 on the Hot 100. In 2018, he released his second single, Kiki, featuring Fetty Wap and a Boogie Wit Da Hoodie, which also charted. His debut mixtape, Day 69, dropped in February 2018 and debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200. The tracks Billy and Rondo from the mixtape also made it to the Hot 100. Tekashi 6ix9ine's success continued with the release of Gotti and a series of hits, including Toddy and Fief featuring Nicki Minaj and Morta Beats, which became his first top 5 single. Despite his music career's success, Tekashi 6ix9ine's rise was marred by controversy, including a shooting incident in May 2018, leading to a lost $5 million headphone deal and a ban from the Barclays Center. He took a break from releasing music until June 2018 when he released Toddy featuring DJ Spinking. Tekashi's collaboration with Nicki Minaj on Fief earned him a double platinum certification, while his singles BB and Stupid also charted in the top 30. In November 2018, his debut studio album Dummy Boy was released unexpectedly after a postponement. The album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. Despite mixed critical reviews, while incarcerated, Tekashi 6ix9ine was featured on the track Swerving by a Boogie Wit Da Hoodie, which peaked at number 27 on the Hot 100. In 2019, Tekashi signed a 2-album deal worth over $10 million with 10,000 projects. In 2020, during home confinement, he had to request permission from a judge to film a music video in his backyard. On May 7, 2020, Tekashi 6ix9ine announced his return to music with the release of his single Gooba on May 8, his 24th birthday. The track, which referenced COVID-19 and his cooperation with federal prosecutors, dropped alongside a music video. He followed up with Trolls, a collaboration with Nicki Minaj. On June 12, 2020, Trolls debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, marking Tekashi 6ix9ine's first chart-topping single. However, it set a record by dropping to number 34 in its second week. His third single, Yaya, released on July 3, 2020, debuted at number 99 on the Hot 100 but quickly fell off the chart. He released a fourth single, Punani, on August 2, 2020. These tracks were later included on his second album, Tattletales, which dropped on September 4, 2020. Tekashi expressed frustration over the lack of support from platforms like Spotify and Apple Music, claiming they intentionally did not feature his album or add it to playlists in response to his cooperation with authorities. In November 2020, Hulu released a true crime documentary, 6ix9ine, The Saga of Danny Hernandez, which profiled his life, though Tekashi did not participate in interviews. On February 19, 2021, Tekashi 6ix9ine returned with Zaza, taking shots at rivals Lil Durk and Meek Mill. The track debuted at number 90 on the Billboard Hot 100. In April 2022, Wack 100 became Tekashi 6ix9ine's manager. Later that year, in June 2023, Tekashi released Linda, his first full-length album, as a surprise release, despite singles like Bori, Wapwa, Hor PTI, and Dueno. The album and its tracks did not chart.